What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another Beta Memoirs, where we like to talk everything the stock market and crypto sometimes when crypto is not falling apart. But before we get started, remember to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't done so already. So today, interesting day. Tech came out on fire today. We did have a bit of a pullback this morning, kind of just a quick dip, and then we tore off from there. And tech for Monday looked extremely strong. Something I've been kind of talking about a little bit, seeing the strength last week. It really showed its face today. Value, banks, everything else really died off, and tech held everything. So it was great to see tech back. I think today was just the first signs. I know we got the Fed starting tomorrow, but the main concern is on Wednesday at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is when Mr. Powell does come on. But the way the market is reacting is almost as if they already know what Powell will say. He has kept reiterating his statement, and it hasn't changed. It's been a broken record over and over and over. I don't think we're still at a point to where tapering would take effect. A lot of stuff points to the fact that tapering will not take effect. Soon he could mention that they are talking about it, but as long as they don't actually start implementing anything, I think we will be taking off with growth. I think we're going to see a bigger pump tomorrow, possibly. But being said, I think we definitely have to be mindful and manage our risk, because coming into Wednesday, Powell could throw something out of left field and completely throw us off, and we could get wrecked. But SPY looked really good. Like I said, the index looked pretty bad because everything other than tech was hit pretty bad. Even some of the second-tier tech took a little bit of a beating today. Bitcoin had a nice rally over the weekend. So being said, everything rallied. MSRT, Square, Tesla did have a nice pop this morning. There's a couple of them that had a nice pop this morning, but MSRT and Square really took advantage of that move today with crypto. I sadly did not load last week. I kept thinking about it and talking about it, even added it to the watch list, but I kept holding off, and it made some massive moves over the past. I believe it was MSTR was probably one of the biggest movers over the past 2 days or so. It's made some massive gains. I think it could even make even more massive gains tomorrow, but we'll have to see about that. But again, market sentiment in general looks solid. I think everybody's digested a lot of the inflation stuff. I think the market's becoming kind of numb to it at this point. Everything that is said as far as the inflation and where it's headed and its current state, right? I think the market is okay with where it's at, and everything is playing out the way Powell and even Miss Kathy has been talking about. So I think from this point, we should be pretty solid going into the summer. I'm not saying something can't come out that could tank essentially tank the market. There's always that black swan out there, especially if it comes to something like China or something like that. Could be interesting. But being said, SPY looking strong today. Again, they had the massive move. Tech, again, picked back up. Some value actually showed up towards the end of the day. So this was just a normal pullback for Monday. But tech essentially held its ground today. So that was great to see. QQQ actually made all-time highs today, with some major strength from Apple, some major strength from your Facebooks, your Amazons. Did tremendously well today. Being said, we did hit all-time highs on QQQ, which is something I was wondering if we're actually going to be able to do, because it's just been struggling so bad. But we did finally break that towards the end of the day with that rally. So it's good to see that. That just means tomorrow, I think we're really going to see a major gap up. Now, do we gap and crap? That's the question. I think that's a possibility just because of Wednesday. Maybe we won't. Maybe we may gap and just stall, may sell back off to today's high or possibly even today's low, just retesting this 342 mark. I won't be surprised if we gap up and then come back down in here. tomorrow, going into Wednesday, possibly sideways, just to see what happens. And then if we get a good one, I think we're going to make a massive run from that point. Because after that point, we pretty much don't have anything else. This will kind of lead us into the next quarter. Then you got earnings around the corner. You got some earnings towards the end of the week, or not end of the month, excuse me. And then end of July is the big one for all massive tech. So I did take a position in Tesla today shares. Riding that, I want to try to ride that into earnings. I think it will make a massive rip into earnings, especially this one last hurdle. I think this is the last hurdle we're going to have for a while. And if we can get through this hurdle without any major implementations, I think we will do really well. So we're going to have to see how it plays out. Being said, watch list for tomorrow. Tesla, of course, looking really strong on the daily. Mstr continuation. Etsy is one of those plays. I've been kind of talking about on and off. It's been consolidating a lot. Got earnings coming up in about a month or so. So being said, I think getting a position in this would be ideal. I want to take a position in this. I've just been kind of hesitant on other bigger movers at the moment. Again, if the tech leaders blaze the trail and install at some point, I could see Etsy picking up. So that's why I'm kind of been hesitant on that. But I do feel like right now is a good pickup now. So we'll have to see on that one. Skills daily looks good. Coin, again, with Bitcoin pushing, coin's actually breaking above some good support. Plug looks like it's at some good daily support again as well. So Tesla, let's see, on the daily, I've been talking about this wedge. It looks really good. It looks like we retested it a couple different times today. Every time it actually hit this middle Bollinger Band, which it took off out of the gate today, but it came back and retested this second time today, and it actually got bought up really fast. So being said, I think Tesla is going to make a big move overnight and continue that move. And again, I think you got end of July for earnings. You still got a month and a half, but I think, again, once we get over this hurdle, Tesla will start making some big moves. Do I see it going back to 1,000? I'm not really sure right now. The market really needs some strength back, I think, for Tesla to start pushing that high. But I could possibly see 750, 800, maybe even 850. Possibly, maybe we won't even see that till fall, but I still believe we can still see a 700 here pretty soon, maybe 750. So we'll have to see how that one plays out. MSTR, again, massive move. I've been talking about this ever since down here. I wanted to grab it here, actually, and I never did. I really hesitated on that, and it's made these massive move ups. First, the news about Bitcoin came out from Michael Saylor that popped us up, and then again, this massive move because of the weekend, over the weekend. So one, I wanted to keep on watch, look for continuation on the daily. We're breaking out of that wedge. We're retesting. I mean, if we get a pullback to 570 would be awesome for to really load up, but I don't know if we're going to see that or not. I do have an alert there. We'll see. But nonetheless, if we do get any kind of selling going into Wednesday, that might be our opportunity to get in from that point. And that's more like a pre-market. So it's more of a, I think that move will be more of a, we sell off just because Powell's coming on. And then if we get good news, AKA he doesn't change anything, I think at that point, this is really going to rocket. Bitcoin's going to rocket. Big tech and growth will just rocket from that point. So Etsy is the other one I have. Etsy on the daily, it's been this huge consolidation for such a long time. It's really held it. Again, the longer it stays in here, the bigger move is going to come out of here. So that's what I'm really watching. I think Etsy is really close to making a massive move out of here. If it can possibly even try to reclaim that, possibly the 215, 230 area, the 250 all-time highs. I'll definitely have to see about where it goes from that point. But I do, again, still really like Etsy on the daily. Again, just been playing in this box. So if you can try to grab one of these wicks down here, essentially anything below that 164 mark would be best. try to grab that and then hold it for swing. I think going into earnings would be actually a good play, in my opinion. Skills is the next one I have. Skills on the daily, it is sitting right close to that daily support. That's why I do like it. Had that massive rip last week and then came back down. Now it's actually hitting really solid support here. It did hit it today. So as long as it stays here, I don't want it below this, probably the 120 mark, or 1920, sorry. We do want it back over the 2017. So if you want to be, if you want more of a confirmation, I'd wait to the 2026 break, break back over that. This will probably actually be down by tomorrow, the middle Bollinger Band and everything. So you're probably looking at like a 2080 break. If you can get above that, you get above all these EMAs on the hourly, I think would be a good position for skills at that point. Coin is the other one to have, and this is a kind of a sympathy play based off of, again, crypto. Finally starting to tear up out of all this stuff, starting to look strong on the hourly, has all the support underneath, which is something that is good to see. We are back above the middle Bollinger Band. Would actually be surprised if we came back down into that 232 mark tomorrow. 232 mark. Yeah, it's about where all the Bollinger Bands are tomorrow. If it does come into that, it'd be good to take a position from that point. And then I think it's got a lot of good ground. If as long as crypto continues to run, coin will most likely do the same as well. If not, then it could be a bit of a struggle. We might just continue to play this range. We are starting to, we've got one more leg up, that 245 mark. Which could be another strong resistance to break before we really start making any kind of moves up to the top side. Now, plug is one I like. I've been waiting for this to come back down a little bit. It is back under all this EMA, so same like skills. I kind of want it back over it. Ultimately, on that daily, it actually looks really good. We retested, which I do really like, the way this looks on the daily. So we're going to have to see how this plays out, but I might take a small position in this, starter position. Again, depending, I didn't list Amazon. Amazon, I'm still watching. Shop, I'm still watching. They're getting kind of high, so that's why I haven't added them to the watch list, because they're more of like an intraday scalp. I'd much rather prefer them to come down. Again, my favorite position is a position that's essentially been beat down. And basing well at that point, I think you can really load. Right now, everything is either in between or things are really run hot. You know, a lot of the tech leads, other than Tesla hasn't really ran, and that's why I do like Tesla at this point. But being said, everything else is kind of really running hot. Your Facebooks, your Amazon, your shops are starting to get up there. Not to say that there's still more headroom there, but I think we are coming to an end with those and seeing a shift and into some lower tech, some lower tier 2 tech from that point. Then you might see some of your Palantirs, your NNDMs, your Etsy's might actually start picking up more at that point. So it'll be interesting to watch how that plays out. But those are also on watch. I'm also still sitting in ASTI shares as well. I think there's supposed to be some news this week. Again, it's a rumor on a buyout. I don't know how true that is. But I'm watching that. If we are sitting for the next couple of days, see how it plays out. If still nothing with ASTI, I might bow out of that position on the next pump, and then reposition me into something else. Again, depending on what Tesla does. I'm sitting pretty strong in Tesla, so I'm looking to see where we go from that point. Again, I do like Tesla at this point. So remember to hit the like button if you've made it this far. And remember to manage your risk, because you never know what's out there, what can happen. Don't bet your life savings on black. So with that being said, take care, and I will see you guys later.